Welcome to the 144th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. Tonight, we've got a story, tech shits, and we might be joined by Terrence Howard himself. Who knows? Stay tuned.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast.
This is...
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories in the morning.
We have a minute-long intro.
That's what I hear.
With your host.
That guy deleted his comment and everything.
Oh, hating on our intro,
I
man.
know, I thought it was a good burn.
Sultry sounds of Fred and also Alan on the board.
He was probably like, yeah, he was on news radio.
Yeah, he's like, what's news radio? I'm 12 years old.
Now, let's start the damn show.
That's what I think, anyway.
Okay.
Welcome. What the heck was that? Welcome, one and all.
Hell yeah.
To the 100... What is happening? The 144th edition. I don't fucking know. Welcome, one and all to the 144th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective Podcast. Now with nuts. Yeah, we are so glad you could join us. And we can't thank you enough for your support on X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can always check us out at blcpodcast.com. Listen to us every single day on your favorite podcast platforms or YouTube, which is apparently a real thing now. Ooh. And now it's my pleasure to say hello to Fred.
Hey, this is Fred. I am a Virgo. I enjoy long walks on the beach and puppies.
You gotta follow.
I'm just playing. I don't like puppies.
You don't like puppies? Really?
But
Ruh-roh.
I don't like dogs. Not a dog guy. Not a dog guy. And I want to introduce the dog guy, Alan OTB.
That's me, yeah. Freddie, don't you have like 10 dogs?
OT, my wife has dogs.
Just because he has them doesn't mean he likes them. Well, welcome to the show, all of you. It's like our cat. I hate our cat, but I don't. But I do. I always tell my wife that I hate our cat, and she's like, "You love that cat." I'm like,
"You love to hate it
so much."
That's what it is.
I have a naked child running through the room. Okay. So, he might have been. He wasn't. He wore. I told him to put on underpants.
My eyes.
Yeah, I want to make sure we didn't get demonetized.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad you joined us. It is feeling like summer out there for us.
It is. It's
and
warm,
more
man.
so for Alan and Fred, that's for sure.
Yep.
But we're gonna make it. I had a lady from California today tell me like, "Oh, she was like, it's so hot out here today," and it was like 80 degrees. And I said, "Oh, really?" And she said, "Yeah, because everybody from California has to tell you they're from California, like right off."
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm from California," and I was like, "Okay," and she's like, "This is my first year here in South Carolina." I was like, "Okay, great."
Get ready.
She's like, "It's just so hot." She's like, "It's always this hot." I said, "Ma'am, this is the cool part of the year."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What?" I said, "Come July and August, you're gonna look back on today and be like, oh, that was a great day." And she was like, "Really?" She's like, maybe I'm not built for South Carolina." I was like, "Maybe not.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody.
It's not. It's hot. It's hot as
yeah. I mean, it's not even hot. It's with the humidity.
Right.
The
That's what I tried to explain.
And the
to her.
heat. You know
and I was
saying?
like, I don't really care about this lady. I hope she dies.
Yeah.
In a nice way. Not like today. Like in 20 or 30 years. She was older. So I wasn't like, I hope today's the day.
The Parker caught him.
Well, I didn't want her to die today. I just, in general.
Behind the scenes, he hates everybody. Pete.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants everybody to die.
I wish people happy birthday because I'm like, soon you won't have another.
Yeah. Terrible.
Like,
That's
I'm
terrible.
like, happy last birthday? Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Speaking of being hot, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Why, yes, I am.
I got a little story to tell.
Oh.
About Memorial Day weekend.
Now, this is a story all about how Fred's life got
Memorial
turned
Day
upside
got turned
down.
So, what was that? Friday, I got off work. Me and a buddy of mine and my wife, we decided to go have some libations.
That's drinks.
Yeah, that's drinks, ladies and gentlemen. And at the local watering hole. And so we were sitting there drinking. And this is just a prequel to the story. I gotta build up to it. I gotta have a whole build up to it.
Sure.
So
well, we got a lot of time to kill.
Okay, so I'm about
tell
to
us about the weather and everything.
So we're sitting there drinking, and I guess we sat there for about a couple hours, and I'm feeling pretty good. And I hadn't opened the floodgate yet, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, because once you start,
right.
You gotta keep going. And so like this particular establishment only has like one stall in the bathroom. It's one of those bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? And it's a low class place. I mean, it's nothing fancy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I told you to the back of the gas station.
Beer and chicken dogs. So I go inside to go use the restroom, and there's like 5 dudes, you know what I'm saying, waiting in line. And I'm like, man, I can't stand here, and wait for these guys to go, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'll just go outside around the building to the side of the building and, take care of the business. And I did. And like, unfortunately, somebody walked past. And
my biggest fear.
Yeah, dude. But I had my back turned, and I'm not exposing myself or anything like that. I'm just taking a quick leak. And
excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah. So I go back to the table, and like 10 minutes later, like the waitress comes out, and she's like, "You guys need anything?" I was like, "Nah, we all paid up." 2 minutes after that, a guy comes out, and he's like, "Hey guys, how y'all doing?"
Ooh.
I'm Randy, and I was like, "Oh, hey Randy, I'm Fred," and I shook his hand.
And he goes, "I know where it's been."
This is my bar, and we don't allow people to pee in the parking lot. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. And I was like, "Ah, man, I was fine, okay."
Randy,
you just shook my pee-pee hand, but like
that's what I'm saying. Randy was you're like, "All right, Randy, well, we're even now."
So I didn't mind that, and went home, and
my
next day
hand.
he shook that pee-pee hand. He shook the dick hand, But so I went home, and the next day, we had some things to do with the kids in the morning, and got up, did that, and came back, and it was still pretty like kind of cool outside, So I was like,
time
let
to
me go ahead and
drain the
knock
lizard.
This grass out. No, I had to go cut my grass.
You were gonna pee in your own yard.
This went to a weird place
I do
already.
that all the time. I do that all the time.
That's okay because it's your property.
It's my property.
Right.
And so I mean, I did big cut too. You know what I mean? I cut the whole yard, did all the trimming, and I weed eated the spaces in between the walkway where the grass is growing through and shit. I did the big cut.
That was very motivating of you.
Yeah, man. It took me about 3 hours to do all that shit, man. And didn't drink any water. Didn't drink any water. And I guess it was probably around 6:30. My wife was like, she's like, "Hey, I gotta go to the grocery store." She's like, "I'm gonna take the kids with me. I'm gonna take 2 of the kids with me, and my other one was over with my mom." And she's like, "I'll be back in about an hour or whatever." I was like, "Okay, cool." I was like, "Fuck." I went and took me a shower. I was like, and I remembered like I had one of those little gummies, the little gummy things.
Sure.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna take me a shower. I'm about to pop this
bears.
gummy. Yeah, about to eat this gummy bear. And
a melatonin gummy, I assume.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna go outside and just chip around some golf balls. I'm about to relax myself.
Like,
man.
I'm gonna go outside and just pee real quick again. Because I love
Maybe
doing
I
that.
will if I'm
Maybe I
out
will.
there. Because
Maybe
I
I will.
like it,
Yeah.
Sun never gets on my penis. So
Right.
like,
Give the old guy a little tan.
extra tan.
Yeah.
So I'm out there for about an hour. And I start feeling funny. You know what I mean?
Like funny
was
haha
like-
or funny queer?
Just funny, just funny, just not right,
Sure.
And I was like, well, let me go pick these golf balls up and go in the house and sit down for a little bit. Get in the house, fucking just sitting there, and I can't stop moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started pacing and shit, and I was like, oh man, that gummy's hitting me. That gummy bear is hitting me. And I was like, oh shit, this gummy bear is hitting me really fucking hard, man. I was like, oh shit, and I can't stop moving. I'm pacing, and I was like, fuck. I was like, my wife's gonna be back in probably like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't have her and the kids see me like this. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is the hardest thing I had to do. I had to literally text my wife. I said, hey, when you get home, come to the bathroom. And she's like, why? It's like, I ate this gummy bear and it is hitting me way harder than I thought. And I cannot have you and the kids see me like this. And she's like, well, I guess because I was supposed to cook steaks. You know what I'm saying? That night I was supposed to cook steaks. That's why, like, she was gonna do baked potatoes. I was gonna cook steaks. You know what I mean? We were gonna eat good that night. And she's like, well, fuck, I guess I'll just take the kids out to dinner, and you got about an hour, you know what I'm saying, to calm yourself or whatever. And I was like, all right.
Yeah. No, you get a kick out of a bar.
The one thing,
hold on. Before you carry on,
Alan,
I'm sitting on the edge of my seat wanting to know how the beginning of the story relates to right now. Go ahead. I'm sure you're going to wrap it all up nicely in a bow. I'm just wondering.
Yes, I'm wrapping it up.
No. By no means do I want you to hurry up. I'm just interested. My brain, like a mystery, like glass onion, right, is trying to figure out, why did he tell us about him getting caught pissing outside? And then this. So, and no, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. All in good time.
Okay. So
you're
I'm like, she's gonna be back in about 20 minutes. I sent her that text.
Right.
I sent her the text, told her what happened. And she texts me back. She's like, well, too late because your son just read that.
Okay.
My son just read that I ate the gummy, and I'm
good that
so
he can
now
read.
now you're freaking out more, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I'm so stupid.
You're like, I don't even have a son. Wait, what?
Like,
this gummy is great.
And then evidently, because I live next door to my mom.
Yeah.
She calls my mom and like, go over and check on Fred. And I'm like, God damn it. She comes over there and she's like, you okay? And my mom, she don't take gummy bears, but like,
Right.
And
okay, so
like,
I was
like,
she's gonna be pissing in his chair. Like,
yeah. I was like, she's like, Fred, you okay? And I was like, yeah, I gotta ride this thing out. I was like, Ma, it's on my ass, Ma. Like, and it was, dude, like, it was like coming in waves, like really aggressive waves. Like, it would come on and stay for about 10 minutes and then would back off. And then I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was a peak. No.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. And so, like, I told my mom, and she was like, well, if you need me, just come over there. I was like, all right. So I'm in the house by myself. You know what I mean?
Right now, just thinking of it.
Yeah, dude, I am. And I was like, all right, man, just, fucking just sit down, do something, just try to, just ride it out.
Yeah.
And 10 minutes later, I'm like, nah, can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I was literally like,
oh, geez Louise.
Yeah, dude. Like, I was shaking and I was like, nope, can't do it. I gotta do something. So I did what everybody doesn't want to do. I had to call 911, man.
Did you for real?
Like, yeah, I did, dude. Like, I went outside and like I called them, walked over to my mom's.
Yeah.
I was like, Mama. I was like, I had to call 911, Mom. I'm sorry. And she's like, it's okay. It's all right. And like, I'm telling them, I'm giving them my information. Like, I'm lucid and I
yeah. You're there.
I know
Yeah.
I'm there, but like, you know, and once I got off the phone, or once, you know, she was like, okay, you know, ambulance on the way, all that good shit. And it hit me again. Another one came on, and like I fell on the ground.
Okay.
And
Holy shit.
I was like, and my left side went numb, dude. Like, that's what really fucked me up, bro.
What
Like,
the
my
fuck did you
left.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on before I take a second. Take a water because I know you need it. I have a theory, Alan.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my theory. The ambulance shows up, and the guy's like, "My name is Randy, and I own this bar. you passed out at our table. You need to leave." It was all a dream.
It was all a dream. He
used to read What Up magazine.
That's right. All right. So well, this is very scary for everyone, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Like, no, I'm freaking out. Like,
I would be freaking out.
I remember like when the ambulance lady told me that, and then like I said, my left side went numb.
Right.
I said out loud, "Oh fuck, I'm having a stroke." You know what I'm saying? And I threw my phone out and I started walking, and that's when I kind of like collapsed, you know what I'm saying, in the grass. And
aren't you glad you cut it?
Yeah. Could you imagine falling on that high grass?
Yeah. How embarrassed would you be?
For days. Tide wouldn't even get that shit out.
That's right.
Like, so like now I'm like on the ground, and I'm like, and like my mom's there, and I was like, "Mama, hold my hand, Mama."
Mama, I'm coming, Mama.
Oh,
and
man.
I was like, I'm gone, Mama. I was like, I'm gone. I was like, she's like, you ain't dying. You're not dying. I was like, Mom, I'm gone. And then I started singing. Like, I started singing. Like,
did you record this?
We have a Ring camera.
Oh,
So like,
yeah.
Yes. But I'm off camera, but
you can hear it.
You can still hear it.
All I need
And
is
I'm like, oh Lord, take me to the river.
And your mom is like, "What did I do to my son? My son is fucked up."
She's like, baby, just hold on. And I was my whole thing from like that point on was come on, like talking to the ambulance. I'm like, come on, y'all, come on.
Come save me.
Oh Lord, take me to the river.
Was she trying not to smile?
No, like she's freaking out.
I'm sure she was scared the hell. Yeah, dude, that
freaking
freaked me out.
Yeah, everybody's freaking out. Like, and then so like I'm still on the ground, still flailing and like singing and shit, and I can hear them. You know what I'm saying? I can hear the ambulance coming, and I'm like, oh, come on. You know what I mean? And the fucking fire department pulls up first. Like, and I can see the guy, like, you know, get out the truck. And I'm like, yeah, y'all, come on. And I see the guy walk around and I'm like, what's he walking for? And he gets over there, what's going on? And I told him straight up, you know, what I took and all that shit. And he's like, oh, okay. And they checked my vitals, you know, blood pressure, oxygen and shit. And apparently it was normal. But and then my aunt, she knows like what happened. And she's like, he needs, and I'm not even making this up. Like, I know this is an internet thing, but she was like, he needs some milk.
You need some milk? What is that?
He needs some milk. I guess, I don't know. I guess it brings you down or like, I don't know. But she was like, he needs some milk. And like,
but it
I was
doesn't
like,
do anything
no.
for that.
I was like, no, I wasn't told me not to eat that, drink that. Take it. And so like the ambulance gets there and they fucking like load me up. You know what I mean? And like, bro, I swear, man, like I felt when I was on the ambulance ride, I felt myself slipping away. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still in the back of the ambulance, like straight man tripping. I'm tripping because I am singing. I'm singing. I did it my way.
Jesus.
You're like, if I'm gonna go, man, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what I'm saying. And I never forget her name. I won't forget her name. Her name's Beth. I won't say her last name. But she was like, "Oh, you're a singer." She's like, "Okay, come on, sing something else for me." I was like, "I don't know." I was like,
You didn't tell her about the
I
podcast,
was-
right?
"Come on, Beth." I was like, "Give it to me." I was like, "I need the
Hit me,
juice,
Beth.
Beth. Come on, Beth, give it to me." She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I said some really dark shit to her too. I was like, she was like, hey, so what's going on? I was like, you know what's going on, Beth. You've seen it before. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ, Fred.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Fred needs to not ever do drugs again, for real.
She was like, she was like, 20 years I've seen a lot in the back of this ambulance. You know what I'm saying?
But
And
not
I was
this.
like, come on. Come on. I was like, Beth, hurry up. Come on. We got to go. She's like, I'm not driving. I was like, what's the guy's name up front? She's like, Steven. I was like, Steven, let's go, man. Come on. Why the lights ain't on? I was like,
Wow.
like, oh my
Steven's
God.
like, I
man.
work for Domino's, bro. I don't know why you're in the back of my truck and like
This is a Domino's.
you thought you called 911, you called pizza.
You call Domino's.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and like no, Beth was great though, man. Like, cause
Shout out Beth.
She sat there with
Yeah.
me. Shout out to Beth M. She sat there with me and like she's like she asked me my name and I was like, well, so what's your name? You know what I mean? She's like, Beth. And she's like, you know that song? I was like, by Kiss? And I was like, yep, Beth, here you calling, but I can't come home right now.
Jesus Christ.
You weren't dying, brother.
No, evidently not. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like it, man. I swear,
So-
like,
Okay, so what the fuck happened then?
What happened with Randy?
hold on, we'll get there. I'll give you the
Okay. No, I'm not trying to speed it up. I'm just curious.
More
Okay,
story.
wait, time out.
Oh,
He
okay,
gets-
there's
he
more
gets-
story.
More
He
story.
gets to the hospital and the
Yeah.
doctor is Randy.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody's ready.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we make it to the hospital.
Yeah, in
And
the
I'm like,
hospital.
I'm like, come on. And I kept telling myself, I should have called him 15 minutes earlier. I should have called him 15 minutes earlier. And like, they reeled me in. And like, so I'm still on the gurney and we're sitting there. And I'm like, yo, what's the deal? Come on. I need the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need like an IV or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
anything.
My mouth was so dry. I felt like me, myself, Irene, Jim Carrey took that
Yeah.
pill and
Yeah.
like my shit was so dry, man. And like now Beth is talking to the nurses and the guy Steven, he's like, and it's probably, I guess it was 9 o'clock. He was like,
PM.
bro, yeah, PM. He's like, when'd you take that thing? I was like, bro, I don't know. It was like 7 o'clock or something. He's like, dude, you're still tripping. I was like, I'm dying there. I was like, where the defibrillator at? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh. So like, I told Beth, I was like, Beth, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me, Beth, please. And she said, she's like, I'm not going anywhere. She's like, I'll be right here.
She's like, I
And
want to see
then-
how this plays out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. He's like, yeah.
They actually get me back to like a room in the
Yeah.
triage or whatever, and like the other nurses come in and start, asking me questions and stuff like that. And then I look over at Beth, and Beth says, "Fred, I've got to go." No, Beth, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me, Beth. Don't you
Beth, I hear you calling.
Don't you leave me. I got to go. Like, oh, another thing, we was in the back of the ambulance. She told the driver, she's like, yeah, go ahead and call it in. I was like, don't you call it in, Beth. No, Beth. You can save me, Beth. Don't you call it in.
Jesus.
Don't you call it in, Beth. So back into the room. Beth leaves me. Now I'm surrounded by about 4 or 5 nurses, and they're all sticking the shits on me and like hooking me up to machines.
Yeah.
And shit. And then, and evidently, I don't remember being very aggressive, but that's what was in the notes at the hospital. They said I was being very aggressive. Number one, being very aggressive, agitated, and singing. Those are like the 3 big notes.
That's how I describe you to everybody. When
And
people
my
were
wife
like,
told
tell me
me-
about Fred, I'm like, aggressive,
Yeah,
agitated,
when did
and
she show
singing.
up? When did she show up?
Like she came, she was on the outside, like they wouldn't let her back.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Until later. But she told me, like, after everything was over and we were at home, she said that I hit one of the nurses. Now it could not have been like I didn't full on punch
Like close hand
nurse in the
fist
face.
punch. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
a bit.
I think because I was still shaking and shit, and
Yeah.
I think I was flailing, and my arm came out and hit one of them.
Sure.
And like I said, at this time I'm surrounded by like 5 nurses, and then like 3 older, and these were all white people. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
No
scariest
offense,
part.
man.
No, hey, I knew it was
it
going to be.
was.
No
It
offense,
really,
Matt.
because I was at this
I
point.
get it.
I guess I'm paranoid, but like I'm surrounded by all these white people, and then I started looking around, and I was like, "There ain't no cameras in here. They're gonna kill me."
Like, this is the end for old Fred.
Yeah, well, that's the normal Fred there.
I was like-
Right.
and evidently, the 3 older white
He's like,
women that
I know
came
Matt
in-
Parker. He's white too. Please don't kill me.
The 3 older white women that came in were like, I guess they were like head nurses, or
Right.
you know,
Yeah, they
they
brought
were
in the big
over
guns,
these.
yeah.
Yeah, they were over these people, and I guess that's when I flailed and hit the nurse, and I remember that old white lady looked me dead in my eyes. She said, "Hey," she said, "you're gonna behave yourself, or we're gonna tie you down in this fucking chair or this bed." And I was like, I just pissed.
Wow, dude.
She said, "Goddamn right you did. Now you know who's in charge."
Wow, I had no idea this story was gonna go like. All right, people. Fred told us he was gonna tell us a story.
A
We
story,
had-
yeah.
We
story.
had no idea it was gonna be this.
Right. None of us did. He didn't even know.
She said, "Goddamn right you did. Now you know who's in charge." Like, I pissed that man, dude. I pissed that fucking man. I was like, and then she was like, "Hey, do you want your family to come in here? Or do you want your family back here?" And I was like, no, I don't want.
They're the
Just
whole
my
reason
wife.
this started.
I want my wife back here. And then she said, "Would you like me to give you something to calm you down?" And I was like, "Yes, please."
She's like, well, I have a gummy.
Yeah.
You're like, Randy, come
Yeah.
here.
Oh. So they gave me
See, that's what happens when you pee in the parking lot.
That's
they
the
gave
lesson.
me 2 milligrams of Ativan. And then evidently when they gave me that, it knocked me the fuck out. And then my wife told me my blood pressure dropped to like 50/30 or something like that.
That's not good.
That's not good. You know what I mean? So I'm still here, guys.
Yeah.
So all in all,
pump your blood pressure.
I
up.
did not read what I was taking. Like,
Okay.
turns out it was like 130 milligrams of
Drugs?
CBD, or of like the gummy.
That's
Like
a lot.
130 million. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot. Plus, I had went out drinking the night before,
Right.
cut grass, and I didn't drink anything. Like, I didn't
Right,
drink
you
any
were
water or
dehydrated,
anything.
yeah.
So I was dehydrated.
Yeah.
I was like,
edibles are
really,
different, too.
yeah, dude. Like, so, yep, that's
Are you,
the,
are, you,
So-
are you gonna do edibles again?
So
I
he's
I
like,
actually
popped
like
one
threw all
right as soon as I got out.
I threw all my weed away.
Good call.
Like I threw it all away. I don't even
So-
want it no more.
What did they?
I don't even
No,
want
I
it
get
no
it. Hey, I get it.
Oh no.
What did they end up saying? It was just they had to get it out of your system, or like,
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, did
You
you
know
stay
what I
the
mean?
night,
Just-
or were you just there for?
No, I
checked
went. I
out?
think, like I said, I got to the hospital probably around 9 and checked out around 1:30.
Okay, but they felt like everything was fine. You just needed.
Yeah,
to, like,
yeah.
look at-
They ran like a whole bunch of tests on me, and
right.
like all my levels were
Shit.
pretty much fine, as far as
Yeah, it was just a
concernable
mental-
health. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
What they
just,
could, what they
yeah,
could measure
it
was.
took
I thought you
me-
might have had like heat stroke or something, and then mix that with.
That's what I was thinking
'Cause-
too, because like I said, I was in, and
Yeah,
I
you were
knew,
there, yeah.
like I was there. You know what I'm saying? And I knew I hadn't drunk any water. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Since the previous night. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I got to be dehydrated. I'm so stupid. You know
No,
what
you
I'm
didn't
saying?
get dehydrated because you peed yourself.
Yeah, I did. I peed that fucking. But that was after that. They gave me the drip.
Yeah.
They gave me. Yeah, they gave me that. They gave me an IV. You know what I'm
that's easy.
saying? Yeah. So like,
Jesus,
maybe that
man.
just.
I'm glad you're
Yeah,
okay.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we're
man.
laughing now because you're okay. but-
Yeah, because I'm okay. You know what I mean?
That's what
But,
happens when
like,
you follow
yeah,
your
no,
dreams,
it-
Fred.
You gotta follow your dreams.
No, dude. Like I'm done though. Like I don't. I don't
So-
wanna fuck with that shit.
So what?
Too old.
What did I obviously you said your kids knew what was going on? Were they
Yeah,
worried? Were they
yeah.
cool? Like they understood everything was all right? Or
Yeah, I guess my wife explained to him.
okay,
Daddy
Dad's a
just had an
dumbass.
episode. Yeah, Dad's a dumbass.
yeah, he shouldn't have cut the yard, and
Did-
you'll be
did
cutting the
she,
yard
uh,
from now on.
Did she ever get her steaks?
Yeah, she did. She cooked them because bro, I came home because she's got that on the Ring camera too. Like me coming home from the hospital, and I bet I don't remember any of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember any of
Yeah.
it because I was still on the Ativan, and she evidently got me home, gave me a shower, and like
Wow.
put me to bed, and I
Oof.
woke up the next day, which would have been Sunday, around 2:30.
She's a
3
keeper.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
Definitely a keeper because
Yeah, she is. She is. But
Wow.
wow, that is right.
it's glad I didn't piss in my bed.
No, that would have been it. That should kicked you out. That would have been it. That would have
Yeah,
been
then it
it.
would have been too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit, guys. I'm
So, yeah.
glad you're okay, Fred.
Yeah.
So once again, kids, let's remind you: don't do
don't
drugs.
do it. Don't
Don't
do
do
it. At least,
If you're gonna do
if you
drugs,
do,
Just do a little.
know
bit.
what you're doing.
Yeah, just keep a little hand or
Don't-
the head, or the
Yeah.
little leg.
Yeah. Don't fucking just do it all willy nilly.
Yeah. Oh, so you
Yeah,
that's what. So yeah, man, like 130. That's a lot. Like,
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Because usually I didn't read the fucking thing because I had taken because it came with like 2.
Yeah.
It came with 2 gummies in this thing, and I ate the first one, but I ate half of it. Went out and did some stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We went out. You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
ate the other half
Moving,
later
yeah.
on that night. You know what I'm saying? This
But-
time I was just like,
Well, that's the
"God
chance
damn."
with edibles, man. Edibles every time. It's different.
Yeah,
That's the risk you take.
that is. It is. It's
It's crazy, man. Well,
one I will not be taking anymore.
good to hear. Fred learned a life lesson, ladies and gentlemen.
He's not going to eat any gummy bears of any.
Right. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I threw out
I
all
don't
the
even
gummy
like
worms.
gummies. I don't even like gummy candy.
You know, I threw out all the gummy worms. There's no more Welch's fruit snacks in this house.
Yeah.
We're done with this. Damn.
He shot a bear.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, as a matter of fact, I'm anti-animal now. So if anything that could be turned into a gummy comes into my yard, I'm going to kill it. It's like, honey, can rabbits turn into can they make gummy rabbits? She's like, no. He's like, all right, you're safe today, rabbit. Well, I'm glad you're okay, man. That's scary stuff. We've had too
Yeah.
many health scares on
Yeah,
this
it
show
was.
already.
Yeah.
And it really
Yes.
is concerning to me because I'm the only one that hasn't had one.
Mhm.
And now I'm worried that I'm
You're next. You're
You're-
next.
And luckily, I'm white, so I'll be fine.
yeah, you'll be.
They won't yell in my face. They'll be like,
No.
Yeah, yeah.
you're one of
You
us, sir.
did. I tell you,
Like,
that,
we'll give
that
you the
old
real
white
drugs to save you.
one- That one. I thought they were. I thought they were trying to kill him. I thought because they weren't doing anything. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody
That's
was
crazy,
doing
man.
anything. Like,
This is a very long PSA. For,
Nobody
and the
was
way
doing
way
anything.
they were looking at me, like,
like you had a horn growing out of your head.
yeah,
Well,
it's
I mean,
like,
you
I was
kinda
like, they don't give a
did.
shit about me. They fucking about to let me die. Don't you
Well,
let me
thankfully
die.
they didn't. I'm glad that they didn't let you die because then we already learned what this show's like without you on it, and
Totally
it's not
sucked.
great. So glad you're back, Fred.
Thanks, man.
Long live Fred.
Glad
Yep.
to be here.
All
Fred
right.
Tang forever.
That's right. Fred Tang forever. We'll take a quick break, and I hope we all return on the other side.
Yeah.
No, of the break,
take me
not
to
of
the
like
river!
death. Yeah, not like the other side of life and death, like just the other side of the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited. We've got a very special guest joining us straight off the heels. I mean, essentially heels. The heels that have walked far away. Straight off the heels of his appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast, whose intro is only 10 seconds. By the way, we've been told.
Yep. Yeah, we've been told.
By someone. So F you. But anyway, so straight off his appearance on Joe Rogan, we're being joined by a very special guest. And his name is something similar to Terrence Howard.
Hey, man. All right, man. Thank you, man. Oh, listen to that beautiful applause. I
Hear that?
love it. I love
See,
it.
they love you. They already love you, and you haven't even said anything. I love your hair.
That's right. I think they love my hair. That's what it is.
They do. I love your hair. It's gorgeous.
I got the idea from Farrah Fawcett.
I can tell. Well, Mr. Howard, okay, first of all, do you want me to call you Terrence, Terry, Mr. Howard, Professor Howard?
You
What
can
do
call me
prefer?
the actor formerly known as War Machine.
Oh, too soon.
Don Cheadle stole my role, man. He killed my
Sure.
Hollywood dreams.
It's true. Well, I mean, he did.
Because it's hard out here for a pimp.
He's right out. Well,
You ain't know.
artist formerly known as War Machine.
He's still.
This is gonna make it a long if I have to say that every time, but it's okay. You know what? It's about you, T.
It's okay, man.
T-Rents.
Can
You
you
can
call
call
me
me
TH? Can we call you
You can
TH?
call me Terrence if that's a little
I-
easier for you.
I would like to call you Terry, if that's okay.
Terry.
Terry, yeah.
My daddy called me Terry
Right.
once.
Oh,
one.
so okay. Well, let's not call him Terry.
Okay, well then we'll just stick with Terrence. So, Mr. Howard,
That's better.
one of the things that you said on the Joe Rogan podcast is that you woke up inside your mother's womb.
Yes, I remember.
This is literally the
everything.
first thing you said.
Yes, I remember everything from the first beginning of my life, from conception. I've already seen the future. I know what's going to happen tomorrow. And yes, there's a word for that.
What's that?
People that can remember everything. But
No.
unfortunately, I can't remember that word.
Are you talking about people with a photographic memory?
Something similar to that, but there's an actual word for the affliction of being able to remember everything.
But you can't remember the word.
But I can't remember it.
That's okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
You just know
It's
that
okay.
it exists.
It just lets you know if you want to Google it, then Google it's there. For
Well, you can't trust Google though, right?
Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can
On certain words.
on certain things.
Right.
Things.
Thanks. All right. Yeah, thank you. So tell us a little bit more about what you've been thinking lately, if you don't mind.
Well, see, I've been dealing with the dark matter thesis that a friend of mine, Mr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, we are both scholars in the world of astrophysical anomalies and that sort of particular things. We will sit down together and have brunch and just talk about all sorts of black holes. Sometimes they in space and sometimes they not.
That's right, because a black hole can be anywhere.
It could be anywhere. It could be behind you,
Could be a little
inside your pants.
A black hole or a black hole?
A black hole,
Man.
a black hole, man. You understand
hole.
what I'm? Do you understand? What
I
I'm saying?
understand. I get it because
Get
I am not a jive turkey, Terry.
Thank you. Don't.
That's what you need to know about me. I'm sorry, Mr. Terrence.
That's fine.
I didn't know if
Formerly known as War Machine.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the actor formerly known
On this war machine. That's right.
R.I.P.
So
So
when we have our discussions, we speak of the things of the astronomical level, and then there sometimes people have been out there and they see aliens. They've got video evidence of these aliens, and I have one at my house. He's a pet, and I call him Choo Choo.
You got a pet alien?
Yes, his name is Choo Choo.
his name is Choo Choo, like a train.
And a little bit. Sometimes I'm not gonna say that because I don't need you and me and Choo Choo's business.
Well, let me ask you a question. So speaking of
Yes.
Choo Choo, speaking of black holes,
Yeah.
could be anywhere.
Lay it on me, brother.
What about how are you planning on killing gravity?
You can't kill gravity.
Well, you said, and I quote, and I can't say it in your voice because that would be racist. But-
Yeah, you don't want to be racist in this day and age.
Because
We've-
we love everybody.
We've got enough of them out there. We don't
right,
need any
exactly.
more.
We don't need any more. So you said we're about to kill gravity, and they don't want that. I've got a
They
model
don't.
with 16 vortexes in a bench pin configuration, no center attractor, and no gravity whatsoever.
I mean, come on,
bro?
man. It's self-explanatory.
A 16 vortex bench pin configuration? Are you kidding me right
Yes.
now?
Yes. The last person only had an 8.
No, yeah, and I've heard of that, but
I
never
kicked
without
it
a
up.
center attractor.
Well, if you don't have a center attractor, then how could you have gravity? Because gravity is from the center. That's where if we're all being pulled towards the center of the earth. So if I take out my center vortex,
He's right.
then what are you being pulled to? You can't. Then we'll be flying around like Superman and shit. Like War Machine was. Like I was War Machine. That was not CGI. That was goddamn real. I'm gonna tell you now. That was real. Marvel
Holy shit,
stole
it all
my-
makes so much sense.
Marvel stole my ideas and my designs, man. And that's how they got Iron Man to fly in that movie. That's real, man. There's no CGI in that.
No, you were doing it.
Terrence Howard's designs.
Well, how did
Damn you, Don Cheadle.
I was gonna say how did Cheadle was CGI then?
Don Cheadle is not a real man. Who you think I got Chi-Chi from?
Ooh.
Oh, you were calling him out.
Who you think I got Choo-Choo from? You see,
Just
Cat
like you.
Williams went on Shay Shay and told some secrets. Now I'm gonna come on the BLC and tell some secrets.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don Cheadle got a baby penis. That's right. It is funny. You can laugh.
I'm
baby penis.
He's got a baby penis, huh?
What were we talking about? Terrence, we were talking the other day about a tiny
but
penis.
it's not.
Well, Alan, what were we talking about a few weeks ago about a tiny penis? You were saying something about your issue, as I recall.
That's personal, man.
Adam,
well,
it's
I thought
okay
it was on
if
the
you
show.
got a
I'm
tiny
sorry.
penis,
That wasn't
too.
on the show. That was in one of the meetings.
Oh, you're right. Okay. But Terrence, do you have any advice for someone with a enormously small penis?
Enormously small. That's what we call in my field an oxymoron.
Exactly. It's hugely
I would
small.
tell if you have a tiny penis, you can go to my website. I got these pills. I got these pills, man.
Can we
take
watch-
the pill, you take it and you take the cream and you rub the cream on your tiny penis. And then
That will help it grow.
Couple weeks, it'll be okay. It'll grow a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
You'll see the results.
You can
Don't worry, Alan.
ask my wife Cookie about it.
I'm sorry, Terrence. I'm sorry.
He's laughing
Okay.
with you, Terrence.
You
'cause
can
he-
laugh.
As the man with a humongously tiny penis, he
Yes.
has to laugh. There's nothing he can do but laugh.
Exactly.
Tiny penis in my
Yeah.
wine.
Rub the cream on. It'll make you feel fine. So, Terrence, thank you very much. Let's switch gears a little bit, all right?
Well,
You got a
put it in the
second?
third,
I know
man.
I know you're a busy man. I know you're rewriting science and technology in every way possible. But
Come on.
I wanted to know what it was like working with Arnold Schwarzenegger on the movie Sabotage.
Well,
You recall Sabotage, correct? The movie in which directed by David Ayer.
I
where
tell you one thing, man. People send me a lot of scripts, and I read them, and then I
Sure.
do the movie. Sometimes I'll be so deep in the thought that I don't even remember that I did that movie. I did a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You did in 2014 called Sabotage,
Oh man,
where you played
I still
Julius
remember
Sugar
that.
Edmonds.
that sounds like a name that I would. I think that's why I took the role, just for the name Sugar, so people
Right.
could call me Sugar. Sugar Man.
So yeah, you don't. Okay, so it was great then, or it was just not. You remember? Hey,
I
we
tell you
joined
what.
by a friend of ours,
Oh Lord,
Mr. Howard. I don't know if you were aware of this as a friend of the show.
I know who exactly that is. That
Uh-oh.
detachable robot penis.
He probably helped Don Cheadle in Iron Man too.
No, he destroyed the planet of Zexon 15 million years ago. I was there, man. I seen it all. The destruction. I know you, DRP. You killed so many.
I can't.
people.
Alan, you're if you were trying to talk, it looks like you were not coming through. So we don't know what
That's
you were
terrible.
saying.
Get this man out of here.
He's muted. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
no, it's okay. He was just talking about
He's
detachable
an
robot
intergalactic
penis.
space criminal.
And how
Yes,
he's
he
in-
is.
He killed so many babies. Smashed them with his robot penis. He just fell on them. Started rolling around.
He started rolling around.
He's a menace. He's a menace, the DRP is.
DRP, yeah. Do you know about DRP?
Yes. I told you, he destroyed the planet Jackson.
Oh,
He
he
killed
did?
so many people. He killed so many people, so many beings,
Oh, dang.
so much life lost. Oh my God.
Dang. I guess he's not a
Damn.
I thought he was a good guy.
I didn't know if he was going to come on and defend himself in any way.
The
but-
intergalactic
Yeah.
space force.
He seems
That's
to be
exactly
having
what
an
it is.
issue.
Well, if he does want to come on, let me give him a second to get his thoughts together.
Yeah.
By telling you, Terrence, today's Black Lincoln Collective word of the day.
Oh,
Yeah, it's weird. We do this every week
ever.
from now on, if I
Okay.
remember. Today's word of the day is jurisdictionally. That's right,
Oh, you said this.
jurisdictionally. Would you like to guess what that means, Terrence Howard? You're pretty smart.
Is it when you go to court and then the jury gets dicks thrown at them?
It's very close. So let me
Viciously.
tell you. You want me to give you an example of it?
Break it down for me, man.
Okay. It says jurisdictionally, there can be an important difference between international law enforcement agencies and multinational law enforcement agencies. And you, being the star of the movie I just talked about,
Oh,
would know a lot about that because it's
Yeah.
slightly connected to the movie. But I didn't. This is just a random. Every week, the producer just gives me a random word. from a
that's what
random
we
word
call in
generator.
the science community a coincidence.
Is that you, Terrence?
Oh, Lord. He found me.
Terrence, I'm coming for you.
I'm the last surviving member of Zexon.
I destroyed them with my large
Oh
penis.
Lord, no.
Yes, I did. And I want my pills back. You stole my pills, and now you're trying to sell them.
You knocked my wife's head off like a baseball bat
I sure
with your
did.
big penis.
That's
Oh
true.
Lord, I'm out of here. DRP found me.
Yeah, you better run, Terrence. He's here. He's queer. He's not going skiing.
I'm not going skiing.
So
I'm out of here.
all right,
I'm
nice to
going
meet you,
back
Terrence.
to
Have a great
Section
day.
9.
We love you. Stay safe.
Woo.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. DRP, you got to go. You can't be here. Chase Terrence Howard through the multiverse.
I'm on my way.
Heavy is a good one for me. My kids will love it. When you talk about doing drugs, I'm freaking out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Welcome back to the Black League Collective podcast. Terrence and the robot OTB or DRP. I looked over the name, and DRP have chased each other through the multiverse. Good luck to them both. We're so glad that they
Run,
were
Terrence,
able
run.
to make it. And now that they've shot back into cyberspace, we had room to bring our old buddy Fred back.
Thank
So
you,
we're
man.
so glad he's here. And just, Fred,
I always
while we
miss
were-
the good interviews.
well, I knew while you were gone, because you're relentless, Fred. That's one thing I will say. But other than paranoid and on the verge of death as of last week, you're relentless.
I am.
And I knew in your pursuit of relentlessness, while we were, as soon as I said, as soon as he goes back in the green room, because he can't be, we can only afford to have 3 people on the show at one time. He's going to fervently attack the stock market.
Fervently
Attack the stock market in a judiciously way. I use the word of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew you would come back with some hot stock news and tips for anybody.
I
Let's
got a little
hear-
information, man.
Let's
So
hear
I
your
got a little
tech shits.
I got some
Stock shits.
Stock shits. So, and this may be shit. So, okay, have you there's been like a meme craze, the meme stocks,
Right, meme stock. Yes.
Right,
So like
meme
GameStop,
right?
AMC,
Yes.
or what can you give me? Are there any other ones off the top of your head? I don't know.
Cost. Remember
What's
the headphones? Remember
Okay,
the
yeah.
headphones? KOSS. Cost. That's another one. There's
I'm sure there are
a couple more.
I'm sure there are
There's a
tons
couple
of
more,
them.
like,
Yeah.
even ones that don't exist no more are still considered meme stocks, like Toys R Us,
Okay.
Blockbuster, Sears, stuff like that.
Okay.
But there's been some speculation going on. Do you remember Roaring Kitty?
The
Roaring
name
Kitty
is familiar,
Vince-
but I don't.
not Vince Gill. Keith Gill, I think that's his real name. But
Okay.
on Twitter, he's Roaring Kitty.
Okay.
And on
Is he a
YouTube,
stock? Is he a meme stock influencer?
yeah, he was the big GameStop guy. He was
Okay.
like one of the ones who really started off like the whole big GameStop thing.
Okay.
So back in 22, they had the whole congressional hearing, and he had to stop. Like he stopped posting anything,
Okay.
and just like went dark for like almost a couple years, like 2 years maybe.
Okay.
And recently he came back, like he popped back up and he started tweeting again, and then he started dropping like all these videos, like back-to-back videos. It's probably like 15, 20 of them, just like short little 30-second videos. And people love this guy, and they love to they know he's communicating, but he can't directly say what he wants to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would be illegal, or like he's saying stuff that that you're not supposed to talk about, like insider information, stuff like that. So there was one video where, and I think it was from a clip from, what was that show, Mr. Robot?
Okay.
I don't know if you guys watched
Yeah,
that.
I remember Mr. Robot. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a
Rami
scene
Malek?
where Romney Malik. So there was a scene in it where
He's a
like
robot.
this guy is looking at this box on the shelf, and he superimposed GameStop over the box, and like he opens up the box, and then it cuts to Brad Pitt and Seven, What's in the box? What's in the fucking box, man? So people have come to speculate that what was in the box was the Wu-Tang album, Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. Remember that that very exclusive album? They only made like one copy of it,
and then that douchebag buy it, and
the douchebag bought it, but then he went to jail, and the feds like confiscated it, seized it, and then there's this other guy who like he's a collector, for lack of better words, but he got, it was a group actually. It was a group, and they collect like NFTs and things like that.
Yeah.
And they collected the box. Well, so the speculation is that Ryan Cohen, who is the CEO of GameStop, is in that group. And so GameStop's doing pretty good now. They got about $2 billion in their coffers.
Okay.
And
because the people buying their stock.
Yeah, they did. Okay. They just recently.
Is that what it was? I mean, that's kind of what they saved it. Is that how that worked?
Yeah, the people saved it.
Right.
People are investing in it, and it's making them.
And it gives the company money. And then they just did, and that since I guess it's 20 when people really started buying in, and then 21 is when it shot up and people really started buying in. They made about they earned about $1 billion to buffer the company. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if sales aren't doing that good, then you still got $1 billion backing us up.
Yeah.
So recently they just did another share. I guess you call it dilution, where they just put like another like 250 million shares into the market.
Just drop more. Yeah, drop more.
Yeah, and that gained them another like billion, close to $1 billion.
Okay.
So they got close to like $2 billion in their. So their bankruptcy's off the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Companies say
they diversified.
Right. So
the Wu-Tang would
now they diversified their bonds.
Right. Yeah, they diversified.
So the big thing now is that now they can start giving out dividends.
Okay.
And when a company gives out dividends, if say like a hedge fund is short that company,
right?
It's shorting that company, they have to give the people the dividends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So people are speculating that the Once Upon a Time in Shaolin Wu-Tang album will be the dividend. Because
who's gonna get it?
Well, yeah. So hold on. So what you're telling me is, let me see if this makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
They think that because of just them helping out, so dividends would be obviously if the company makes a profit, you get your portion of the profit that they made as an owner of partial owner of the company. So what you're saying is they're going to say, listen up, guys, it's time for us to pay you. Instead of paying you money, we're going to let you listen to the Wu-Tang unreleased Wu-Tang album. Is that what you're trying to say?
In a nutshell, not listen to it, and I don't know how it works.
Own like a second of the song.
I don't know how it works.
I'm just curious. Like, I mean,
I am too.
If that is the case, first of all, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. But secondly, that would be badass.
That would be fucking awesome. Listen, I mean,
you're cool. We're gonna let you listen to a third of a second of the Wu-Tang album. And you're like, it was worth it.
I bomb atomically. That's it.
Yeah. Like, that's all. So, that's crazy, man.
So, like this GameStop, and everybody, when you say GameStop, what do you think of?
Diversify. Actually,
you think of a brick and mortar video game store. You know what I'm saying? So the CFO just tweeted out today. He said, "Do you remember when Berkshire Hathaway was a textiles company? Berkshire Hathaway being Warren Buffett's company.
Right.
American Express was an express mail business.
Sure.
Nokia was a pulp mill.
I don't remember that.
So Samsung was a grocery trader. Marriott was a root beer stand. And Instagram was a check-in app.
Okay.
And he says, businesses evolve. And other example, question mark. So, which is kind of like telling me that GameStop is going to transcend.
They're going digital.
They're going digital, maybe even a holding company. Maybe even get away from like video games altogether. Well, not altogether, but take the business, you know what I'm saying, in another direction. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they kind of don't have a choice. I mean, that's kind of...
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing is like, yeah, there are people like nowadays, all video games are online.
Right.
So, and with Xbox Game Pass and stuff like that, you can basically, you don't have to go buy video games.
You don't.
You know?
But people still do.
Sure. No. And there are certain games you do have
and
to
there
go
will
buy.
always be people who will still buy
they'll buy.
There are.
Yeah. They'll always buy physical copies.
But they're just as likely to go to Target or Walmart and buy it there because it's offered there for the same price.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, but that being said, what do you think they would turn into, though?
I think it's going to, because like...
Oh, like they would just own it.
I've been loosely following this whole thing, and I've even invested. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know that.
Yeah. I know you're in because you wanted to listen to that fucking album.
Yeah.
That was your game. You've been playing the long game.
So would you think it'd be like real estate?
No, I believe it. I believe it's gonna. I think it's
stuff?
gonna be some kind of online. I think they're gonna try to compete with Amazon, like as far as like online shopping, home delivery type shit.
Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Amazon has a huge market share right now.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And the same example of what's going on with Ticketmaster and Live Nation, where they kind of like monopolized into like this one big conglomerate, and you can't go anywhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think Amazon needs some kind of competition.
Yeah, they need some kind of competition. So if anybody, even if they're not as big as Amazon, they're still going to have some money to keep ahead.
Yeah, and with our generation, especially like with our generation, you know what I mean? If GameStop online had as much product and they could deliver just like Amazon, I would rather shop at GameStop than I would Amazon.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? This dude he's the CEO of GameStop, and he takes no money. Like, he does not get paid for doing his job. You know what I'm saying? Other than, you know, shares and shit like that. But I mean, so yeah, I'm very excited to see like what's gonna happen with this stock in the next couple of weeks.
So buy Amazon.
Yeah, I would. I tell
Amazon?
you, buy Amazon.
Amazon. That's what he said.
That's what I said.
I
agree.
I would.
That's if you got the money to. Yeah, I wouldn't. Amazon's not a bad decision to buy, but like, if you want it,
Amazon ain't what it used to be either.
It's bigger.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just it's
huge.
Amazon.
I
it's
think they're trading at like over $1,000 right now.
You know, Amazon is not just packages now; it's pharmacies and you know, it's
everything. You could buy a bed off of Amazon. You could buy a house off of Amazon. You can buy a tiny house
you can
off
buy
of
Amazon off of Amazon. So if you had the
piece
money,
of the rainforest, even you can.
Got it.
Oh, the piece
yeah,
of the
so they
rainforest.
can buy it in Amazon. You know.
Yeah, and so I mean, yeah, it's
institution.
There's and like I said, there's so much stuff out there that I don't understand because I just don't have the brain power.
Sure. Well, you don't know.
And I don't know, but like there's a thing trading, like market makers, the people that handle the trades between people and companies, they used to have what's called T2. It's like 2 days to settle the trades.
Okay.
Now, starting the 30th, which it'll be paid, or the 31st. How many days in May? In May?
31.
31?
31, I think.
Yes, 31.
31. So yeah, starting Friday the 31st, it's going down to T1. So they have to settle the trades that day. And this is supposed to give more information because
Okay,
like they
so
do
it's
so
a
much.
developing story.
Yeah, it's developing story. But by the time this comes out,
We'll
some
know
big things
something.
may have happened. I don't know.
Cool. So do you think whatever happens is going to be good for people who own the stock or bad?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
There
You
was
say
another
that
one.
because you own it and you're
So next week you're gonna have a mink coat.
Hey, if I come out here with that Terrence Howard hair, y'all know what happened.
Yeah. I'll be like
I saw memes like that. They was like when GameStop takes off, like how do you say it? I may not tell you, but there'll be hints. And it was like a cup of oodles and noodles with a lobster tail sticking out of it. So there'll be hints.
Yeah, I've seen the one they show like Ric Flair and some other wrestler, and they have the big coats and stuff, and they're like, yeah, it says the same thing.
Yeah,
I won't tell you, but there'll be clues.
That's funny. Well, Fred, do you have any other stock shits for us?
No, I think that's about it, man.
Okay,
I mean,
that was pretty intense.
Keep your ear to the ground, man. I mean,
yeah.
It's the truth is on the internet, man.
Well, let me ask this question, and this is the most important question I can ask.
Listen to the talking heads on TV.
Right, now don't listen to TV. We knew that already. Unless we're on the TV, and then listen carefully.
And you follow your dreams.
Yeah. So this is the most important question when it comes to stocks, Fred.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to buy or sell? That's what I need to know. That's what the listeners need to know.
I'm going bye.
Ring the bell, Alan.
I'm going bye.
Allegedly.
Ring the stock bell. We want to become who's the guy on stock who does stock stuff? What's his name? Kramer?
Jim, yeah, dude. No, they have an inverse Kramer ETF, which is like you do everything the opposite of what he says.
Yeah.
And like it's up like 50%, dude.
Sure, of course it is. He's an idiot.
The inverse Kramer.
I love it. Well, it's always best to bet against the people who think they know everything.
Yeah, it is.
Because Kramer's he's been off a lot lately.
Yeah,
which is why we don't know. We know that we don't.
They had him crying on TV like one time, like because he's on Twitter and shit.
Yeah,
and like they were just coming after his ass on Twitter, and he was like, and he went on. He's like, "Did you just won't leave me alone?"
Well, it was that GameStop.
Okay, I made a mistake, and
he started with that GameStop. That's when it all started because he was like, "Yeah, we shouldn't do this, and that's going to go under."
Sell.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Well, Brett, thank you so much for your stock shits this week. You shit out a lot of knowledge on us.
There you go.
Yeah, really did, and made the show sound.
They can go to $1,000. Why can't GameStop?
Yep, you gave us the information that is equivalent to what Chipotle does to most people's butthole. You shit out so much stock shit. It was like Chipotle. So buy Chipotle.
Yeah.
No, don't buy Chipotle. Believe me.
I wish I'd bought Chipotle.
Buy stock in Chipotle and then buy an actual bowl or burrito from Chipotle. The same time.
I've never eaten there. Is it good?
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Man.
It's okay. It's like Moe's.
It's a 6 out of no. You know what? In my opinion, okay.
Moe's
so here's okay. Not to.
Here we go. Here we go.
You asked me.
Back on it.
It is. I think that it is better quality than Moe's, but I think Moe's is better.
Yeah.
So like the food is a higher quality.
Yeah.
But Moe's has more options.
Right.
And like that's the thing is they don't have. They're just like we have rice and beans and all. You know.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's big bucket of fine. And if you like it, then like great. I mean, you at least feel like you're eating a good quality food.
Right.
You know what I mean? As opposed to just like dumpster chicken or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Jack got a grilled chicken sandwich the other day and he was like, Dad, this tastes like chicken. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's a grilled chicken sandwich. And he's like, but it's not like a patty of chicken. And I was like, no, it's like
It's
like a grilled
You never
chicken.
had a grilled chicken
I
sandwich?
guess he doesn't like grilled. He never knew that was a thing because they never
Right.
put pictures of it on the menu.
Right, yeah.
You know, and so he was like, this is really good. And I was like, we make grilled chicken all the time.
Not like
But
this, Dad.
He never thought about making it a sandwich. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to make grilled chicken sandwiches more. But yes, no, Chipotle, do yourself a favor, go to Moe's.
Yeah.
So
go to Moe's.
if you like Chipotle, go to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
At least,
Go to
yeah, they're
Moe's,
nice
yep.
to you. They're very nice,
Yes.
and they'll give you a cheese dip. So with that being said, I'm gonna cheese dip out of here.
Oh,
and,
good one.
and say
I
goodnight to
see
everybody.
you did that.
'Cause
Night,
until next
everybody.
week, we have a brand new, larger
Fur
than
coat.
life fur coat. I hope, Fred, buddy, if I'm being honest, there's nothing I wish more in the world than you to show up next week in a gigantic ass fur coat with
That
a
would
huge
be
hat on.
Fucking fur hat with the matching
Yeah,
fur hat.
yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
my God.
Absolutely. I would be
Lay
so
it
happy for you.
down, baby.
So proud of you. Just like I'm going to start looking at old computers, see if there's any Bitcoin on them.
Yeah.
Get rich. So, I don't even know how to do that. I'm just going to shake it. And if I hear any coins,
Say
Like a Zoolander.
I hear a
It's
couple
in the
Bitcoin.
computer?
Yeah, it's in the computer.
Oh, it's in the computer.
I hear at least 6 Bitcoins in this one. So, well, anyway, well, thank you guys, everybody, seriously, so much for listening. We'll be back next week with Sasquatch.
All right.
I had to put it that way. I can put it in the.
There
I'm
you
just kidding.
go. Sasquatch get the views.
That's right. Sasquatch stock report. Oh, why did we do that? Sasquatch stock shits. Let's go back and edit that. So every time we say Freddy's stock, we'll just say Sasquatch.
Yeah.